Hey guys, I wanted to make a quick video on the best practices when creating a blog for your website. I've had a couple of you reach out and ask me about this, and so I just want to make you like a nice checklist that will give your blogs the best SEO score possible. Because nowadays you can't just paste a whole bunch of text and hope it does something. You need to like follow the best practices so that way your website will rank better in Google, because you can't just paste a bunch of text. That's how SEO was back in the day. You just put as much text on there as you possibly can and it would rank, but that's no longer the case. So here's a quick checklist of things you can do to help your blogs rank better. So number 1, 5 keyword-rich anchor interlinks per blog post. And what that means is just in the paragraphs that you write, there's like certain phrases inside the paragraph that are highlighted that link to other parts of your website. So for example, if you're talking about a specific service, when you mention the service in a paragraph, you can link that phrase to other places, and I can show you how to do that. So in the editor, as you're writing your blog, you can just highlight certain parts and then click the little link icon, and then with that you can just put in the link right there to your service page, and that will give you some better interlinking with inside your paragraphs and stuff like that, and it will also help it so people can find your call to action and what you do better. Number 2 is a unique image. If you put images inside your blog posts, that will give people time to look at something. Google likes seeing those images, so that's a really good technique. Proper H tag hierarchy. What that means is inside your blog post, you'll have like a bunch of sections, right? So you'll have like a title like best SEO practices, right? And then you have like your paragraph, and then you have another paragraph, and then you have a subsection of best SEO practices like blogging, right? And that's a subsection of best SEO practices, right? And then you can write something about blogging, and then you can do another one about, and make a new section about linking, right? And so you have best SEO practices is the main category, and then you have subcategory of blogging, you have a paragraph, you have another section about linking, and then you have another paragraph like so. And so what best H tag hierarchy means is you highlight the most important thing and you give it an H1 tag, but the title of your blog post we have programmed into automatically become your H1 tag. So so there's no need to add in an H1 tag. So we're actually going to take this first paragraph here, or the title, take that out, put that there, and that will even become the new URL, as you can see. And then you can just start writing your blog post right from there. And you might have extra additional custom fields. But from this editor, you know that this is the H1 tag, so everything, all the subcategories of the H1 can be called H2, right? So you highlight your title, you click H2, so now blogging's an H2. Linking is a part of the best SEO practices, so that's going to become an H2. And then if you had a subsection within linking, you make that H3, because H3 is less than H2, right? So there should only be one H1, and that's the title. And then every time you have a new topic, that will be an H2 under your title, right? So your title is H1. Topics are H2, and then subtopics are H3, and then subtopics are H4. So if we had like linking like on page linking, that would be a subtopic of linking, so I'm going to make that H3, on page linking, right? Oops. And then I have the paragraph. And then I'm going to make another subsection of linking, so off page linking paragraph, right? And because this is a subsection of this H2, so I'm going to need an H3 to be under H2, right? And then when I'm ready to start a whole new topic like writing, then I can go ahead and make that an H2 again, because that doesn't go under linking, that goes under best SEO practices. And so if you follow these H tag hierarchy, that's really good for SEO as well, to make really good looking blogs, as well as, you know, good SEO practices. And the cool thing is, obviously your blog won't look like this ugly white text editor that we created for you. Once you push create, it will automatically remake this into the same look as the rest of your website and add it to your blog section automatically through the way we've programmed it. And then you might have additional like special fields that you've requested. And then by pushing this little plus, you can add in, you know, images, videos, bulleted lists, numbered lists, just like that. And so that's how you do that. So next up, a video. Videos are always great to input into your blogs. That way, the longer somebody stays on your website, the more Google thinks, hey, this is actually a good website. And a video is just a really good way to hold them there, right? So videos are great. It's always good to reference like a call to action to one of your services, right? So if you were trying to sell service A in your blog, you could write a blog about service A, and then keep referencing it throughout your blog. And like I said, put those interlinks, rich anchor interlinks inside of those things. You can also have a call to action to your other blog, right? If they don't want your service, you can say, hey, you could go read another blog post I made. Here's a link to it. You can see the blog here, highlight the word here, go get the URL of the blog and put it like that. Your title has a strong keyword. You want to be creative with your titles, but don't be too creative where no one knows what you're talking about, right? Keep it concise, keep it short, keep it fun and interesting, and really hook your reader, but also put some like important keywords in there. For example, if I was a lawn care company in Salt Lake, then I would put top 10 lawn tips for Salt Lake homeowners, or something like that. Just so you have the word Salt Lake, you have the word lawn care in there, and then 10 tips hooks me, and now I'm interested. So there's that. The next one, give the customer what they want. Right. And so if your blog is just garbage, no one wants to read that. If they're on your blog, that means they're looking for something. They're looking for information, and you need to give them that. If your blog has no value, if your blog isn't giving them what they want, they're going to jump off, and that's actually bad for SEO, right? Additional things that are really good in blogs, like an FAQ section at the bottom, you can use like the bullet points. You should have an intro paragraph before you jump into like all your H2s and H3s. Make that intro paragraph short, help people understand. They see the title, they're hooked, and then a really short intro paragraph to see what am I about to read, so they stay on there. And then some quick links. You can make a list of different links that they can go to afterwards using the like bulleted lists function. And those are some things you can do to implement into each one of your blogs, so that way it will give your blogs the best chance to compete with all the other blogs out there, because there's a lot of garbage blogs out there, but there's also a lot of really good blogs out there. And this list is a good checklist that you can use to make sure your blogs is one of those really good blogs out there. Thanks, guys.